This is not a young woman.
We make everything about learning, and that grinds my gears. A lot of us go to and from the earth pretending like we don't go to parties, we don't enjoy ourselves, we don't have a drink sometimes. A lot of Israelites are still struggling with smoking. I'm talking about that ganja, that marijuana. Now, that isn't particularly or personally my own struggle, but I understand that a lot of us are still dealing with it. We are all pretending to be perfect, and we have to stop, man. There is nothing wrong with the occasional enjoying one's day. I be like, all praises to the Most High God of our fathers, which strengthens us daily. And if you just read Proverbs, you'll see that King Solomon would agree with you. King David literally used to dance his clothes off. And his hating wife, Michal, who he went to and fro on the earth to get her back, killed his spirit. Would just destroy his spirit on there. So as we enter this new age of Israelites building platforms, like I just ran into this platform called HebrewConnect.tv. I'm excited about the platform. I'm going to post this content on here. But the one thing about it that I see is that it's all learning. Where is the Israelite reality show? Where is the Israelite cooking show? Where is the Israelite exploration show? Where are the Israelite drama shows? As far as content, everything doesn't have to be learning. Everything doesn't have to be... take Sirach 32, for example. Sirach chapter 32 begins, "If thou be the master of the feast, if you're hosting the party, lift not thyself up, but be among them as one of the rest." See, we're too serious, man. As a collective right now, we don't know how to just be Israel. And we need to come out of that, man. So I say that to say this. Hebrew Connect TV, I'm very excited to be on the platform. I'm giving it a try and I'm checking it out. I'm gonna be doing something crazy here, man. I'm gonna be really putting some stuff together. Talks. It's a Twitter-like, Facebook-like platform that seeks to connect Israel, man.
I want to give
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Giving double honors to the elders and apostles, our great millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Peace and salutations to the Akim, the brethren out there on the highways and byways pushing this truth with 100% sincerity. And peace and salutations to the few and sincere sisters who believe in this gospel. So I want to entitle this lesson, "This is a Feminine Spirit, the Spirit of Fun." And as you just heard, this Israelite, Jake, who knows he's an Israelite, kind of go on a rant here, talking about, well, in the caption, hold on, Shalakia. Oh, well, internet, y'all saw it. Internet, I always want to mess up at the right times, right? But yeah, there it goes, right? The caption on the guy's video, and this is Elder Karata Zaba, his video, the elder from GMS Baltimore camp. He posted this about a week ago. But the video that he's reacting to, this Israelite right here, as you see at the caption at the bottom, it says, "Hebrew Israelites are too serious." Now, the big problem with that is, well, this ministry is a serious thing. This is not a game. This is not party time. This is not fun time. We're set here to do a job, right? We're set here to do a job, to bring out these prophecies, to teach the nation of Israel, to teach these prophecies, and edify the flock of the sheep, right? Now, we have fun doing it, but we don't try and make it fun. We don't try and mix in, like he said, Hebrew Israelite reality shows, Hebrew Israelite drama shows, all of these foolish things. It's really folly, all of these foolish things to quote unquote make the ministry fun. You know what I'm saying? Teaching the word and doing the work and keeping it at that. You're supposed to find fun in that. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to incorporate all of these other gimmicks to make it fun. Now, on your own time, you know what I'm saying, throughout the week or, during the day, when you, may be doing whatever on your own time. Okay, cool. You can have some fun, but we're not coming in the spirit of bringing fun to the ministry. We're not promoting quote unquote fun things along with the ministry, because the ministry is supposed to stand on itself, right? The scriptures, the word, that's what's supposed to, bring in the elect, right? Bring in those of who that the Lord has called to be brought in, right? Not gimmicks, not, all of the foolish things that he just named here, that y'all saw in the video. But that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be making the ministry fun, quote unquote. So let's go start here at the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7. Starting at verse 2, it says, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better." Right? So it's better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting. It's better to be in the spirit of not necessarily being sad, right? But be in the spirit of prepared, ready. The saying goes, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. We're supposed to be in that spirit of being spiritually ready at all times, right? Being on point with the scriptures, being on point with the ministry, with your own walk, with all that being said, it ain't no time it ain't no fun time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no time or no room to put all of these other gimmicks and things like that into the ministry, right? Verse 4 says, "The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth," right? It's the heart of the fools are in the house of mirth, right? Having all of the fun, partying, throwing Israelite parties, throwing Israelite game shows, you know what I'm saying? Doing all of these things that people do in the world and just putting Israelite on top of it. You know what I'm saying? That is that's where the heart of the fools is. But the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, right? Focused on the scriptures, focused on the ministry, focused on bringing out the prophecies, focused on doing the work of the Lord, right? Focused on, gaining knowledge, wisdom, understanding, focused on studying, focused on exhorting, Salakia, focused on, doing all of the things that we're called to do in his ministry. That's where the heart of the wise is. You know what I'm saying? Not on these other foolish things where, it really just has nothing to do with the ministry. It has nothing to do with the scriptures. If you want to do certain things on your own time, that's fine. That's cool. That's okay. You shouldn't be associating it with the ministry, though. You shouldn't put Israelite on it. You know what I'm saying? You should just, if you want to have a game show or reality show or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do it. But, keep it in-house. Don't put that out there and associate that with the ministry, because that's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Verse 5, it says, "It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools." Right? "For as the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This also is vanity. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart." Right? So, living in this captivity, living in Babylon the Great, you know, we understand the situation that we're in. We understand the circumstances that we're in. Well, we're supposed to. And, you know, we're supposed to be, you know, angry at this man's system. We're not supposed to be in the joyous, super duper happy, fun, loving spirit. Now, we find happiness through comfort of the scriptures, through comfort of the Ruach HaKodesh, through the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? But we ultimately, this is a means to an end, right? Verse 8, "Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit," right? It says better is the end of a thing. What? We're near the end of Babylon the Great, this captivity, right? This is what we're supposed to be hastening for. This is what we're supposed to be looking for. We're supposed to be looking for the end of this place. You coming in that party spirit, that game show spirit and everything like that, that is showing that you really want to keep this thing going, you know. Yeah, and when we get in the kingdom, man, we gonna have fun. We gonna have parties and everything like that. We gonna do our thing in the kingdom, right, righteously. You know what I'm saying? But right now is not the time for that. We have a particular thing or particular things that we have to go through, things that we have to look for to happen before we can even get to that point, right? So let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Starting at verse 1, it says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sow. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time of war, and a time of peace." Right? "What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboreth," right? So there's a time for everything. There's a time, like it says, there's a time for this thing, there's a time for that thing. There's a time for, you know, fun. There's going to be a time for all of those things that, you know, he just mentioned. Right now, though, is not the time. Right now is the time for prophesying. Right now is the time for preaching. Right now is the time for waking up the elect. Right now is the time to be serious and take this ministry seriously and take this faith seriously. Right? This is the time that we're in now, you know, because there's going to be what? There's going to be great evils that come up on the earth. See, people with this spirit forget about these scriptures, man. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, and that day shall not overtake you as a thief." That day can only overtake you as a thief if you ain't in the right spirit, if you ain't in the right mind frame of looking out for these prophecies, but you're too worried about fun. See, people like that, they forget about these scriptures, man. They forget about that. Yahweh Shah is going to come like a thief in the night. The day of the Lord is going to come like a thief in the night. right? But if you in the right spirit, you focused on the prophecies. You're looking out. Watch and pray, right? Luke chapter 21 and verse 36, it says, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man, right? And what are all these things? The destruction, right? All of those things are the destruction. That's what Yahweh Shah is talking about, right? We're supposed to watch and pray at all times as much as we possibly can. You know, the scriptures say we're supposed to be in a constant state of prayer. You know, if you in the constant state of prayer, if you're watching out, if you're being a watchman, you ain't thinking about partying. You watching out for danger. You know, you watching out for, you know, what's coming up on the horizon so you can warn the people. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're spiritual watchmen. We're watching out for these prophecies being unfolded. We're watching out for, you know, what's going on in the world news, right? You know, what's happening with these devils and what they got going on, what they're planning on doing. You know, we're watching. That's what we're supposed to be in the spirit of. But you can't be watching and playing an Israelite game show at the same time. You can't be watching and, you know, having an Israelite drama show. I don't even know what was it going to be like. Is it going to be like like Bad Girls Club or something? An Israelite drama show. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would that even work? You know, I couldn't imagine the Israelite drama show. That it just don't make sense to me. But anyway, it's the book of Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up your treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And this is, you know, this is mainly talking about, you know, being focused on, you know, striving for riches in this world and, you know, trying to, you know, have earthly gains and things like that in this world. You know, but you can still acquaint that to that fun spirit. If your heart is, you know, as the scripture said, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of the fools is in the house of mirth. And it says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. If your treasure is having a good time on this side, that's where your heart is going to be. You know, that's what you're going to speak. That's what you're going to focus on. Salakia. That's what you're going to want to incorporate into the ministry, because that's what you think it should be, because that's where your heart is. That's where your mind is, right? You're not focused on things that are of a spiritual nature, but yet focused on things that are of a worldly nature. You know, we're supposed to be focused on spiritual things. We're supposed to be focused on the ministry, right? We're supposed to be focused on, you know, how we can forward the agenda of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And his agenda is not to have Israelite game shows and things like that. You know, that's not what we're supposed to be at, you know. But, yeah, Lord willing, that was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. And until next time, Shalom.